Hi, everyone. My name is Ali Sweeney. I am a clairvoyant energy healer and meditation guide. Welcome to ALiVE Healing Circles. I'm so very grateful that you have decided to spend your time and presence with me here today, with all of us. Live circles are really about individualized, empowered healing, and that will happen within you, will activate your power. And all you have to do is have the courage to receive what's here for you. And so we will set a foundation of safety to make it feel like the change, the transformation, the healing, breakthrough that's here for you. We'll set a foundation of safety for that because oftentimes when there's change on the horizon, we can get an alarm on our system, even though the change is in our highest good. And we're going to set that foundation in safety just to help soothe that alarm, get us ready for the expansion and the opening and the healing. So that's what I encourage you to do today in meditation is to be the participant, but also the witness. Get really curious about what's happening and what is also happening. So notice both the participant and the witness. We will also set a foundation for doing this together. So we are going to create an energetic field that connects all of us. And that's the really cool part about recordings is that even though we live in linear time, we can all meet in that space at the same time, even though we'll be technically watching the recording at different times. Oh, I love that we're talking about this because today our topic is time, present time, and cherishing the time we have and the time we are in. Help us feel like we have enough time for everything that we want to do today. And we are going to bring in Star and earth energy to help us activate our power in this, activate our energy. I see myself as your cheerleader, your guide, your conduit to this energy. And my experience of it is that it amplifies whatever's already happening. So make it a little bit easier for you to have the change that you're hoping for, really move into that breakthrough space. So, today, I mentioned that we are going to be talking about time, and I'm finding this extra hilarious in my life because I just got back from a trip where I was on a completely different time zone and I'm very jet lagged. And so I've technically been on the wrong time all week up in the middle of the night when I should be asleep, those kinds of things. And it just, whenever you travel like that, I've always thought, wow, time is this human construct that we've all agreed to. So, because it seems so, we just say what time it is, right? But today we're going to be talking about the time that we experience in our lives. And I'm going to bring in a concept of time as space. And so often I'm going to be using those words interchangeably, time and space. So if you think about how we talk about time, often we're filling our time. So if we change that to filling our space, right? They are very similar, filling our time or filling our space. And really, I'm going to be asking the questions, what are you going to fill it with? How are you going to fill it? So I want you to consider imagining time as space instead of something that's gone or not here yet. It's a space where you spend time, right? That's how we often talk about it. Where are you spending your time these days? A where is a great space question, right? That's a place. Where refers to a place. So if we think of time in the past, think of it as time as a place, right? Time in our past, as if we were going to a place in our past. And we'll do that today, just as if you were going to go to Philadelphia. Same kind of idea. So, and we're going to help by doing this, we're going to help remove some of the drama of time of, we were a victim at one point in time, or we tend to go back in time or live forward in time. And we're really going to help move out of some of that drama and feedback loop, that feeling of being stuck in time, and help create expansion in space. And so that was one of the big ideas, was that as we collapse this space, the time speeds up. And as we expand this space, the time slows down. If any of you have ever had a really deep meditation practice, you'll know that concept is it feels like it was no time and all the time, all at the same time in that space. So, and what happens is awareness and light, this idea of being the witness in your experience and the participant, helps expand that space, that time that we have. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Wanted to mention those few things about time before we get started. And I think we're just going to jump right into the meditation. So I am going to turn off my video to welcome you to the idea that you can close your eyes and not be missing anything on the screen. So I invite you to close your eyes. And today we are going to bring all of our focus to the breath. So I want you to connect with your inhale, the gift of the inhale, the gift of the exhale. Just noticing the space of your body as it expands and contracts. Feel the flow of your breath in. What does that feel like as it comes in? And the flow of your breath back out. Does it feel like as it comes back out? You might notice the sound of your breath. If your thoughts wander from your breath, if you start thinking about something other than the breath in your body, label that thought past, present, or future. And bring your attention back to your breath, noticing your inhale and your exhale, the expansion, the contraction, the sound, the temperature, whatever qualities of the breath you want to bring your attention to, that's fantastic. You're doing really well. And I want you to bring your attention to your belly. If you have trouble bringing your attention to your belly, follow your breath there. Let your belly fill with air and then contract with your exhale. And just notice what happens. What's happening in your belly? Is it tight? Is it constricted? Is it relaxed? What's happening in your belly? Is it easy to take big, deep breaths? Or is there a tightness in your diaphragm or your chest on the way to your belly? You're just noticing the air movement into your belly and then bringing your attention all the way to your gut. As this is where, if an alarm is going to sound because there's change on the horizon, this is where it sounds from. So you could remind yourself that whatever change is happening for your highest good and that you are safe. Try that mantra, I am safe. And just noticing what happens as you say it. And if your mind has traveled somewhere else, label it past, present, or future. Come on back to your belly. Now move your attention to your heart. Hello, heart. Your heart just wants to be acknowledged. Give it a moment to just be with your heart. Notice what's here for you. It could be an emotion, it could be a vibration or a sensation of warmth. Just notice what it is. If it's a difficult emotion, remind yourself that right now it's like this, but it won't always be. It makes sense that it's like this right now. And you're safe to feel the intensity of your emotions. The power to heal, to change, to transform comes from within you. And you are invited to tap into, remember this power now. So visualize or sense a core column of light within you from the top of your head to the base of your spine. And let this column fill you with your power. So let it just fill. I often see this as golden light, liquid light, or a crystalline blue beam. However you see it, other people see it as lots of like wires that come up through the center of them. However you see it is just right. But let it fill you with this power. Access into this flow. Let yourself imagine that column filling with your light, with your power. And know that you are safe to feel alive and connected with you. Connect into your heart space one more time. And we're going to expand this column of light from the top of your head, from your heart to the top of your head, to the heart of our sun. Imagine that you could connect your heart with the heart of our sun. Let yourself imagine, sense what that connection would feel like. And then bring your attention downward so you have a connection from the heart of you to the heart of our earth. And let yourself imagine or sense what that feels like, that connection. Mm. If they're not, you might place your feet flat on the floor and imagine locking in your feet. If you're not sitting in a chair, you could just imagine that your feet get locked in that earth energy. Now I want you to imagine that there's a beam of light, a beam of starlight that is coming toward you, and it's going to connect to your heart space. And this is building the field of activation and this star energy. And it's bringing energy that will flow from you and for you and through you, connecting all of us in a field of energy. I always imagine it as coming into the heart and then kind of out through the fingertips to the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person. so that this energy flows through, for us, filling us, and from us, just as it flows to us. And as you sense into that field and into that activation, know that you're not diminished by this energy flowing through you. It's a shared power. In it, we all activate our power centers, and so that all of our power is amplified. We're going to invite all of us into this field, but all of us who are in spirit and not necessarily in body as well. I'm inviting my guides into the field, helping us support and expand this field, your guides, any departed loved ones, any other energies like fairies or sprites, especially the angels and dragons, the animal and plant forces and powers, crystallines, metals, all joining in this field of activation, helping us hold a serenity that might be new, but it also might feel old, like you've always known it. Now we are going to move into our journey of imagining time as space. So there are 3 buckets in front of you. Yep, representing past, present, and future. The spaces of these times, past, present, and future. And the question really is, what will you carry in your bucket? If you bring your attention to your bucket for the past, what do you have space for in this bucket? You might sift your hands through this bucket and just notice what's here. What does it feel like to put your hands in the space of past? And now we are going to step back in time to change the space around you. Just imagine moving back in time to your birth. This created the cycle of creation of your life in this lifetime manifested here on earth. We are going to move quickly from birth to present time. And what I want you to imagine is that there's a pathway from birth to present time. And on this pathway, you might see open doors or books that are open, or pathways not taken. And these are often time and energy sinks. So we are going to move along this path and close anything that's ready to close. Complete the chapters. Close the books. Close any doors that might still be open. If you come across a pathway, a timeline that wasn't taken but still has energy in it, I want you to imagine that you could pull your passion for that timeline, for that pathway back to you. To be clear, this is a pathway the path not taken in your life. So if there are any paths not taken, I want you to imagine pulling your passion back from that path so that when we get back to present time, you can choose with passion where you spend your time. If this pathway is still an option for you, you will recreate it in present time, not here in the past. You might move decades at a time, but you're just continuing on this pathway, closing doors, filling holes, pulling passion back in, disconnecting from any sinks until your present age. You don't need to fall into the stories of what's here. Just closing the chapters, moving quickly along that pathway. Noticing all the energy that flows back to you as we close these energy drains and sinks. Letting what's in the past be in that space in the past. And bringing any energy forward that's ready to be with you in the present. What happened to you in your past is not your truth. Your truth is who you are as a result of what happened to you in your past. Truth only exists in the present moment. It does not carry through time. As you arrive back at your present time body, imagine pulling energy back from the future. Passion pushed forward until a different time puts that out of reach in a different bucket. But you can access these in present time. Consider bringing back feeling happy, joyful, or passionate in present time. And add these to your present time bucket. Is there space, time for these in your life? Happiness, joy, peace, love. What will you cultivate in your present time bucket? Look at all the things in your present time bucket. Will you allow space for joy, love, peace? There's no need to wait for the future. You may have these things in present time. As you look into your present time bucket, you might notice that there are emotions here that you'd rather not feel because they're uncomfortable. These would be the emotions many of us would argue we don't have time for, or we don't want to have time for because they are uncomfortable. Some of these in your past and present time buckets are old. They are only here because you've always carried them. And even though they are difficult emotions or things you'd rather not carry, there's some comfort to that heaviness. They might feel like heavy stones in your bucket, and they don't belong here in this space, in present time. Imagine that they levitate, come out of your buckets, and go back to the source that created them. noticing all the space and time that's now in your bucket. There are other emotions that are yours to spend time with. What are the emotions you don't have time for? And what space can you give them? With more space, time, they are not as intense. Even though they are uncomfortable, what time can you give them? Consider picking one of these from your present time bucket. Maybe it's loneliness or grief, something along those lines. You'll know what it is for you. And imagine letting yourself feel that for a moment. Take a breath. Know you are safe to experience this emotion. You might even place a hand on your heart and notice if this emotion is here. And now I want you to imagine that you could connect with every other person in this circle who's feeling this emotion. And you could connect with every other person on earth who's feeling this emotion. Notice how spending time in this way lessens the emotion. It starts to lighten as we bring awareness to it. Often we avoid these emotions because they are comfortable. But the choice does not have to be for comfort. You are safe to experience the intensity of your emotions. Consider comfort in this way as time compressed, space compressed into those big rocks and stones. Sure, for a short-term gain. We don't have to feel uncomfortable. But the short term here is a function of time. And the truth is that we're still carrying this in the bucket, and it's still taking up space and time, even if we're pretending it's not there. And in that pretending, the more that we choose comfort over truth, the less space you will have to be you. Because as we choose comfort in this way, we do not choose life. In comfort, we compress or shrink our lives. And as a result, our choices, our possibilities, and passions. So whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, choose what's here in this present time space. And as a result, you expand your space, your consciousness, your growth, your life. And you come to cherish the time that you spend in this space and treasure it. And in that expansion, in that growth, we create space and time for more love and peace and joy, the parts of our lives that we would choose in our life. connect with your heart in present time. Bring all of your attention to your heart. You might place a hand there to make it easier. Notice the space that's opening for you in this life, the time that's opening for you in this life. This is your time. This is your life. Now imagine connecting that heart space once again with the heart of our sun. Let the sun support you in this growth, in this expansion. And then connect one more time to the heart of our earth. Time is eternal, timeless. It has no beginning and no end. What we know to be true is where and how you spend your time creates your life. And what you choose to hold in the space of time is yours to experience. Take a moment to collapse any images of buckets or pathways or timelines, just to pinpoints, let them disappear. Give yourself this moment to be here in this space for this time and nowhere else. Bringing our attention back to the star energy that's been flowing to us and through us and for us and from us. Amplifying our experience. We thank all of the guides and spirits and angels and dragons and everybody who came along with us on this journey today. We thank each of you for being a part of this healing circle in this space today. May you cherish the time, space that you have in this life. When you are ready, you can open your eyes and stretch your body. I am so grateful that you chose to spend your time in this space with me today. Thank you for caring about your body, your energy, your truth, and living from there. Have a great day.